Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Pretty Lynn. This is Pretty Lynn Sovereignty. So, like I mentioned, we are not only just gonna get into reality TV, we're gonna get into beauty content as well. So today, as you can see, I freshly washed my hair and we will be doing kind of like lock, knot, bob, boho, flat twist type of vibe. It sounds crazy right now, but the ending results are gonna be fire, okay? And your girl is DIY coded, so a lot of the stuff that you see me do, I did it myself, literally. But let's not waste any more time. This will probably be the only part. This part, the intro, of course, and the outro will probably be the only parts where I'm actually like speaking. The rest most likely will be like a voiceover. That way I can jam to my little music in the background. We can just vibe out together. In just a moment, I am going to show you guys everything that I use for my hair. Before we get into that, if you're new here and you stick around long enough and you like what you see, go ahead and like, subscribe, ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I do post a video. If you're true here, I already know you did all of that already. But yeah, let's get into getting this hair done, child.
Yikes!
Let's get it done. It's looking crazy. All right, so as far as what I'm using, handy dandy rose water. One day I will drop a video of everything that I put into my rose water. It's really simple, really easy, really effective. If you want your hair touching your booty within the next year or so, keep your hair hydrated, okay? And we're gonna drop a recipe on how I make my rose water, what all I put in it to make my hair grow. And just so that y'all don't think I'm like just talking about my hair length and whatnot. Like, this is the difference between the bobs that I do and then the actual length of my hair. I've been growing my locks for about 5 years now, and this is the length that I have. I rarely wear my hair straight because I like to have like the whole little silk press effect, you know what I mean? So I like to wear my hair in like styles that are like a bob, twist out, braid outs, pipe cleaner curls, flexi rods, perm rods, stuff like that. I keep getting distracted. Okay, so products. Rose water. I use this BTL Professional Extreme Performance Lock and Twist Gel. I'm running low on it. I like to use this and this aloe vera gel as well for like the back of my hair. I don't really like to use too strong of like gels or products because my hair like the buildup accumulates pretty quickly. And I like to use like, lighter, more natural products on my hair because I just don't like dealing with buildup at all. And I like to wash my hair like at least every 2 weeks. I don't. The key to growing your hair long is to keep your scalp clean and moisturized. Point blank, period. Like, argue with your mama. Your bald headed mama that permed your hair at 10 years old and your hair still this length. Argue with her, not me. Okay? Bye. And then I like to use the oil. This oil, Batana oil, I don't love it. I've been using it now because of course I bought like a huge freaking bottle like a dum dum, so I'm having to get through this. I feel like it's a little too heavy for my hair. I like more lighter oils like tea tree and stuff like that, but this one is like a little bit too heavy for me. But it's what I have now, so this is what I use. But I will not be buying this again. Your girl needs hummus. As you can see, we're running low on all of our products. So that shows you that I use the products that I'm telling you guys that I use. Okay. So yeah, this is a tea tree foaming wrapping hair mousse or whatever. I like to put this on my hair to help with the frizz. Because your girl, I'm not retwisting the back. I will only be retwisting the front with the little twist part. So this will definitely help with controlling the frizz. Of course, it's important to have hair clips. You need your comb, you need a crochet needle, and then we need our bundles. This is not a bundle, but it is like a little pack of some boho hair that I will be adding. And then, of course, we need our rubber bands. I like to get the ones that are kind of like stronger. These have like a firm hold because my hair is really thick and long, and I'm literally like creating a knot with this length. So I need something that's going to be strong to hold it, so that the rubber bands are just they're just not, you know, popping off throughout the day, throughout the weeks. Like I need something that's going to hold and last me.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Pretty Lynn. I'm here with the voiceover. So first what I do is I finger part my hair. Of course, like I said before, I do not retwist the back, and I don't really use a comb. So first you're going to hydrate your hair with some rose water just to make sure it's saturated, so you're not just pulling at your hair and it's dry. And then next, I'm gonna grab some of that aloe vera gel, just a little bit, not even like a dime size, and I'm gonna put it at the roots. And what I'm gonna do is, you know, separate the two, and then I'm gonna start twisting the hairs together. So the way I like to do it is I like to take the two strands, I like to twist, and then wrap around each other, twist, wrap around each other, twist, wrap around each other, twist, wrap around each other. And you're gonna do it like that up until you get to a stopping point. Once you get to the point where you want your bob to end, you're gonna take one piece of the two strands and you're gonna wrap it around the two strands that you just created. You're gonna wrap it all the way around until you have no more hair left on the lock. And for the locks that are extremely long, I usually like to just tuck the end in because I don't like the knot part to be too long looking. And then I'll just take the other lock and I will wrap it around the knot that I had already created with the other lock up until there's no more hair left. And then afterwards, you'll grab a rubber band and lock everything into place. And then voila, it is all done. As you can see, I'm hyped, okay? I'm feeling myself. I'm like, okay, yeah, this style is going to eat down. And then you're pretty much going to do the same thing up until you get to the halfway mark in your head. And then that's when you'll move on to the next step. You'll apply your gel to the roots of the hair. Make sure you rub the product through. Separate the two. Twist. Cross. Twist. Cross. Twist. Cross. Twist. Cross. And then you'll do that up until you get to your stopping point again.
Alright, y'all. So once we get closer to the front area, after getting a good chunk of the bob completed, you're now going to start sectioning off the front portion of the hair. So I grabbed 4 locks in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then try to clean up this part as much as you can. Of course, it won't be perfect, especially if you're doing your hair by yourself. But just try to get it as good, clean as possible. Okay. Then, oops. Then what you'll do is you'll grab it, grab one of the clips, and then you'll just clip them together. And then you'll go over to the next line, grab the next 4 locks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll do the same thing.
After retwisting the locks per section, you're going to grab the lock at the very front and combine it with the lock behind it, and you're going to 2-strand those 2 locks up until that 2-strand is long enough to reach the next lock behind it, and then you'll combine that lock to that 2-strand twist, and you'll twist that together up until it's long enough to reach the next lock, and you'll do the same thing up until you have pretty much combined all of the locks to create your flat twist. And then afterwards, you will take your rubber band and you will rubber band everything into place so that the flat twist can stay put. So what I like to do is I like to grab a rubber band and I like to grab one of the lock knots that I already created and I like to rubber band it to the flat twist. That way it kind of helps with controlling the way the locks fall, so it's not looking too crazy. After flat twisting both sides, you're going to be left with this middle section, and what I like to do is instead of flat twisting these, I like to just 2-strand the middle section and then just create a knot at the end. That way it can be like considered like a bang or something like that. So it's not really too much of like a mohawk, but it kind of is. Like I said, this is like a DIY hairstyle, so I'm just doing like literally multiple styles into one, so like I won't be stuck to just rocking it one way. Alright, so after completing the middle section, aka the bang, we're gonna look into doing something with these loose ends right here, because we gotta tighten up our loose ends. We can't just be having them straggling around like that. So pretty much what we're gonna do is you're gonna 2-strand those loose ends down and create the lock knot at the end. That way it can give somewhat of like a uniform look. Of course, locks, they will never be uniformed. They're not meant to be that way, especially if you do them yourself. So just do the same thing that you did to the rest of your hair to these loose ends. All right, now we gonna grab them bundles, yes. Now, this is optional. You can leave the style like this, or you can add the bundles in, aka the boho twist hair, whatever. And what you'll pretty much do is grab the crochet needle, and then you'll open up the hook, attach the hair, close the hook, and then pull it through. After pulling it through, I just like to tie it into place. So once you create that loop, just pull it through and just let it fall down. And then with boho, you can honestly just put it anywhere where you feel like it'll look good. So I was just trying to put it like on the sides, in the front, and everything like that. But honestly, I ended up not liking it that much. So I was like, you know what? Let's take some of this out and let's change this up, because I'm just not feeling this at all. So on the fly, I just decided to turn the end of the flat twist into lock petals instead of just the lock knots at the end, the little bob thing. I was like, nah, let me just do something else. So I was like, let me do the lock petals. All right, so with the lock petals, I might have to do a separate video with the more thorough tutorial on them, but you're pretty much going to take one of the rubber bands and you're going to split the lock into 4s, if that makes sense. So you take one piece, wrap the rubber band around it, take another piece, wrap the rubber band around it again, take another piece, and wrap it around it again. Sometimes you can do up to 4 pieces. Sometimes the lock will only allow you to do 3. And then you'll just, kind of tie it all together. It's gonna look crazy right now, but once they're all done, it'll definitely look better, if that makes sense. So here are the ending results of the lock petal bun thingy majigger, whatever you want to call it. I was feeling myself. I said, okay, this is cute, but one wasn't enough, so I said, let's do the other side. So I started taking down those lock knots, and I was like, we gonna do another one on this side too. So for the lock petals, placement is very important. So if I'm starting it out, I like to wrap the rubber band around a few of the locks, and then I start going into the petal. So again, you'll slide one piece, like, bend it a little bit, and then wrap the rubber band around it, bend it a little bit more, wrap the rubber band around that, bend it again, wrap the rubber band around that, and then the last piece, you'll add it into that as well. And then you'll do that to all the loose ends until they're all turned into the lock petal bun.
Okay, y'all, here are the results. So pretty much like every hairstyle that I do, I get like the inspiration comes to the tip of my head, tip of my brain, or if I'm like on social media and I see like a hairstyle, I'm like, okay, let me do something like that. And then as I'm doing my hair, I just honestly like my hands just be doing whatever they want to do. So like the style that I had in my mind, this is kind of what it was, but I ended up turning it into something else. Like I wasn't really feeling the boho with it that much, so I only wanted to add like one piece right here in this little part just to be like the stem of my little flower that I did with my little lock petals or whatever. But yeah, here are the results. I decided to just do the lock knot bob. I did the flat twist on the sides, and then I decided to two strand these hairs right here in the center down into a side part. And then the hairs that were hanging out from these flat twists, I just went ahead and turned them into like lock petals. So here's the result. I'm gonna turn around, but don't do too much, y'all, because I can't see the back of my head. I don't retwist the back of my hair. I only do the front when I do styles like this. So yeah, here are the results. They look crazy. Oh well. We just gonna rock with it. Okay? But yeah. Hopefully y'all like this. Hopefully it's not too dysfunctional. If it is, I'm sorry. This is my first hair video. So I'm just trying my best. But thank y'all for tuning in. If you made it this far in the video and you like it, just go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and subscribe and click on that notification bell. That way I'll know that y'all really like this content and I'll keep doing like more hair content. But these are pretty much the results, y'all. If y'all do try the style out, send me a picture. You can DM me on Instagram. My Instagram will be below and in the description box, or you can DM me on like TikTok or something like that. But thank y'all for tuning in. This turned out cute.